This is why I always have the camera on me to capture moments like this. There's a real-time healing happening with Matt and Adam that I want to show you.
We're at the base of Mount Shasta, where the runoff is coming. We're gonna fill our water bottles. This is the elixir of this area. Everybody that we've talked to that comes to Shasta has said, first thing you do is drink the water. Get the water into your system, allow it to integrate and tune yourself to the frequency of this, of the land, of the energetic here.
It's so good. It feels like I'm like stealing or something. It's like life can't be this awesome.
I pay like $8 for this at Erewhon. I was like, I'm supposed to drink this water right now. I don't know why, but I'm just supposed to. I've done that a few different places actually. Just getting a clear, hey, drink this water. I think maybe doctors would say that's a bad idea.
What you're about to see in this episode may shock you. It may come across as scary, and it definitely is a little weird. I get that. But I want to share it with you because I think it's important to be as open and vulnerable with my healing process as possible. Because in the last episode of The Art of Choosing Love, I revealed publicly for the first time that I was molested at the age of 5. And after speaking about this on stage in front of 1,500 women at the Rise event in Denver, I had the floodgates of emotion open. I had things coming up that I didn't even realize were there under the surface. And I had no clue what to do. But what I know is that in order to heal, we get to feel. And so it's so important to create the space to feel. And so me and Ryan and Matt, we went to Mount Shasta, California, which is this beautiful, just hippie vortex. And we set the intention to take a day to get out into nature, to get out amongst the trees and create space. And for those of you who remember in an earlier episode in Boulder, Colorado, the last time we got out into nature like that and I sat down and I started talking to these trees, I had this full emotional release. Well, this time we're out amongst the trees and I'm dancing. I'm standing on this fallen tree and I'm dancing and I'm talking to this tree across the way and I'm like, what's up? How you doing? And all of a sudden I look down and I'm covered in ants. And not small, tiny ants, like big Mount Shasta ants. And I feel my system reacting and freaking out because I've had this relationship with bugs where I feel like if I'm in a crowd of people, I'm the one that gets attacked. They are coming after me. And so I'm working to renegotiate this in real time with these ants. And all of a sudden, one of them bites me. And it sets off this chain of emotional response in my system where I don't feel safe. And because I'd spoken about the sexual trauma only days before, I was able to feel how similarly it felt to that. Feeling like I didn't feel safe in my body as I'm walking through the world. And all of a sudden now I start having this incredibly intense pain in my abdomen. And I'm trying to work through it, and I can't see, it seems to be getting worse. So I go over to Matt, the healing Matt, and I say, Matt, can you help me? I feel like I need to move some energy. And he goes, I've been waiting for you. And so we set up a healing mat and I lay down and he begins this healing session. And for the next several hours, we go into this intense process, which I am about to show you as raw and vulnerably as I can. And I I feel like it's important to share this with you because so many people have no reference point for these alternative healing modalities. And so I'm going to share it with you as raw and vulnerable as I possibly can so that you have a reference point for these alternative healing modalities that many of you may have never seen before. And it may be a little bit weird and freaky, but I ask that you watch it with an open mind, and we will talk about it afterwards so I can share with you why I'm choosing to show you this.
I found myself in this position where I was like cradling my legs, kind of in a ball, and the energetic was letting these ants crawl on me and just hoping that they wouldn't bite me and waiting until they were done. And that energetic is the same as when I was being molested, of just curling into a ball and just wanting it to be over and just hoping it wouldn't hurt. And so that triggered a whole thing, and I got this pain in my abdomen. And I tried to work through it, and I couldn't seem to work through it, and so then I got Matt. And for the last 2 hours, we've been working deep in it. And so the idea of going back in right now is a lot. And this is the funny thing, because this is what work looks like to me now. Like when people say, like, what do you do? Like, what is... It's the willingness to go back in. It's the willingness to get back on the healing mat. It's the willingness to, like, really sit in that pain and feel it and move it through your system. That's what the work looks like. This is what the work looks like. Because this is what allows me to show up on stage and be who I am. To be in this much physical pain right now. And being there and having this healing session and having ants crawling all over me. Literally, my skin is crawling. Let's go back.
How you doing?
I'm good. That was a lot of energy to move. And now I'm just recycling it into the mountain. Feeling what isn't mine and asking her to take it. But that was a lot. That was 5 hours of like sexual healing and trauma release, and yeah, so
I'll have a release of some kind. I'll have whether it's a medicine ceremony, whether it's a bodywork session, whether it's any sort of release, and feeling like, okay, I'm past it now. And I didn't even know any of this today was even there. I didn't know it was there until I spoke on stage. And in the moment, unplanned, just feeling into the energetic of these women. They don't need to be told what to feel and who to forgive by someone who doesn't get it. By someone who actually energetically, emotionally doesn't get it. Can you ever fully bring that into wholeness? Because I don't want to walk through the world like that. I don't want to sit out here in nature and be like, oh, please don't bite me. That person who did that to me does not get to have that control over who I am on this planet. They do not get to decide that I'm going to be in fear for my whole life. And I just don't know how to change it. And so I continue to feel it and just feel it. And every time I feel it, I hope that that's a Bassett. And I'm recognizing, I don't know. It's still there. Like, I feel parts of it, and I'm trying not to just accept it. Like, just, yeah, that's just how I am. That's just how I'm going to be. That doesn't feel right. But then there's an aspect of surrender, of like, okay, I'm not in resistance to it. And I'm not in resistance to it. Like, this is the reality of where I'm at. So I just don't know what to do. And I'm so aware that so many people feel exactly what I'm feeling, and that I get to share this so that people can have something that makes them not feel so alone. And it terrifies me. I don't want to be the voice of that. Like, this is just another thing. Like, I feel like I'm being asked to do it. Like the whole infrastructure set up, right? Like, this is, like, let's let people in. Let's let people in on what life looks like for Adam Roa. Choosing love. And this wrinkle of, I don't know what the fuck to do here. I just know how deeply it hurts and how helpless I feel. And I also recognize that these moments, and like letting myself feel these moments and go as deeply as I do into these moments, moves these moments through my system. It moves them out. And so it doesn't matter if there's a million fucking tons of energetic density that is in my system. Every single day, I will be moving it out of my system because it is not limitless. It is not defining me. And every single day, there's less of it in my system. That's what I know. That's what I'm committed to. That's what choosing love is to me. So I don't know what this journey is going to look like for this particular aspect of my life. But I'm pretty sure it's going to turn out well. Because that's what I believe ultimately about life. If you're willing to choose love, if you're willing to feel, life will respond beautifully. And so it is.
So what did you think about that? What did you think about that experience? Because I went back and looked at it while we were editing this episode, and it seems crazy. It's very intense. It freaked me out watching it. And yet, I knew in my heart of hearts that it was so important to share with you, because when people heard about my sexual trauma, so many people shared with me that they've been on medication for decades. Antidepressants, anti-anxiety, that they've been in therapy for decades, trying to move through it. And so many of those modalities are about numbing. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling anxiety, let me numb. I'm feeling depressed, let me numb my emotions. And I'm not saying any of those things are bad. Those may be the very modalities that are most supportive to you at this time. And it was so important for me to show you this because I go about things a little bit differently, maybe a lot differently. Plant medicine ceremonies, healing energy work, acupuncture, sound healing, whatever it is, there are so many modalities of healing that we have not tried. And I have no idea what my healing journey is going to look like. I have absolutely no clue where I go from here. What I do know is that I am committed to showing up as the best version of myself, the one that can choose love in each and every moment, no matter what. And for those of you out there who have been sending me the messages saying that you feel like you are a hopeless case, that you feel like there's nothing you can do, that you have tried everything, it's not true. There is more for you to try. And it may be tiring, and it may feel like the whole weight of the world is coming down on you. And I promise you that if these experiences, if the sexual trauma or the domestic abuse or whatever it is, if that has shown up in your life, it is because you have all of the strength you need to transcend it and move through it already inside you. You have the ability, you have all the tools in you to turn your mess into your message. And so my invitation to you is to join me on this journey and know that no matter how many times you have to get on that healing mat, no matter how much pain you might be in, no matter how many tears you have to shed, you keep going. Do not give up. This world, this life is too damn beautiful. You are too damn beautiful to give up on yourself. Thank you for having the courage to go back in and being willing to feel, for being willing to heal and give others permission to do the same. Always, in all ways, you are seen, you are heard, and you are loved.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for watching the episode. My name's Adam.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Matthew.
This is The Art of Choosing Love.
If you found any value in today's episode for yourself or for your loved ones, go ahead and share the video and make sure this message spreads.
We're going to be releasing new content every week, so subscribe below and follow along.
And if you want to take the conversation even deeper, we've started a Facebook group for this growing tribe and community to support each other in our growth and expansion around topics that are really important to the collective and this planet. So if you want to be a part of that, go to theartofchoosinglove.com, put in your email address, and we will send you a private invite. Thank you. And always, in all ways, you are seen, you are heard.
And you are loved.